Okay, I was trying to think where I should even start with this video. And I guess I'll start like where I started in my health journey. It began when I started to study holistic health. Studied here in San Diego, California, had like a trade school that I went to, and that opened my eyes to what health is. I was still at a point in my life that I needed some deep healing, so this was just kind of like seeds planted, and I was taking actions as herbal remedies. I was doing acu. I learned acu as well too. I'm not an acupuncturist, but I learned a lot of traditional Chinese medicine. So that's kind of where I started. And then I was vegetarian for most of my life. And around that same time, I learned about veganism, so that's also a part of my health journey. I became a vegan. Like I hate to be have labeled like that, but that's how people, have introduced me for over a decade now. She's a vegan, whatever. Like I live a vegan lifestyle, you know what I mean? But that was a part of my health journey as well. So I eliminated dairy out of my life pretty much. 'Cause I was already a vegetarian. That's part of my health journey. I also kind of after this time started seeing naturopaths as well. I saw acupuncturists and naturopaths for my menstrual health, and that really, really helped me along that time period as well. Got off of birth control. I was on it for several years prior to that. So I needed help regulating my hormones and my menstrual cycle. And acupuncture was really helpful for me for that, both needles and herbs, which I'm trying to get back to again because it had stuck for so long. I was very consistent with it, and then it stuck for many years after, but now I think I need to get back to it. I've gotten older, things have changed, so I need to kind of regulate that again. So those are some things that have helped me. I'm trying to keep like a timeline in my head here so I can try to remember everything because it's been a lot. So I studied holistic health 2012 and we're 2025. So it's been a while. It's been a long journey. I'm going to try to keep it quick here. I started working with a naturopath because I was experiencing really bad like bloating and upset stomachs and things like that. And what else? There was some other like gut things I remember. That's one of the reasons I want to start Soul Stories Diaries here on YouTube because I'm not a writer. I don't like write everything down, but I'm finding it so important to remember what you've done along your healing journey for when things come back. You'll be like, oh, yeah, that worked. That's why I want to share her with you. So, as far as that, I did some testing. I did some really expensive testing. Nothing really came back as far as what causes and things were. Took some teas, some tinctures that were specially formulated for me for my symptoms, and that seemed to help. But what I came to realize myself, because knowing myself, knowing my body, and learning these things is like the most important thing you can do in your healing journey. So, what I found out was because I started to track things, I started to track when I'm getting this pain or what am I doing that day? How are my emotions and things like that? I noticed they were always on busy work days. I was doing in home treatments at that time, commuted. I had to carry my table out. There was a lot of like food in the car. I would just have this really bad upset stomach that by the time I was home, I was just done. I didn't feel like eating. I didn't feel like doing anything. The pain was really bad. And so then I was like, slow your roll, slow down, you know, take some time. Like I live in beautiful San Diego. Take some time out to go eat outside somewhere, like, and just chill out. Don't be on the go so much. And that helped a lot. So I didn't have to continuously spend money on the teas and the herbs and going back to the naturopath to check up on everything because it can get pricey, even though I was going to the school here. So it was a little bit more affordable, but it's very far north for me. So again, a lot of travel time. And then, so let's see, timeline. Feeling pretty good. You know what I do wanna talk about, though? I do kinda wanna talk about because around that time is like I started to travel more. And so having stuff with you when you're traveling, if you're a traveler or like road trips or whatever it is, really nice to have. So I just want to share with you some of the things that like I always have in my bags. And one is a wellness formula. If you feel like you're about to catch a cold or whatever it is, like you have those sneezes, you have that cold, you take that and it tells you on the bottle, like take 3, take 6, whatever it is. It's gonna knock it out and be consistent with it, and you can also use it as, like, a booster to, like, your immune system. If you know you're about to be in flights, you know you're about to be around a lot of people, or you're gonna be out in the cold, you can use it as, like, a preventative as well too. So that's always in my bag. The other thing I learned when I was in Indonesia, oh, I'm gonna circle back to that in a minute. When I was in Indonesia, I kept getting sick. This was my first international trip, and I kept getting sick on like everything I would eat. Okay, so let me go back. So before I went to Indonesia, I had my wisdom teeth removed, like pretty close to when I had to leave. And I was nervous and I didn't want to. I didn't want to get my wisdom teeth pulled ever, but they started to become like problem. They were giving me lots of pain. And I already have like a small mouth and there wasn't that much room for them. So I did. I got them out. That was so traumatic. I got all 4 out the same, time, only local anesthetic, and so my body definitely went into a trauma response then. I have some, like, residual trauma in my jaw that I've been working through. It comes up here and there. That's another story, but somatics is what helps that, as well as acupuncture and massage, okay? But what had happened was I think I must have taken some antibiotics because I was leaving early and there was just there was pain. So yeah, I did have to go. And I was trying to do garlic and I was trying to do all the natural stuff. But because I had my first international trip, I was really nervous and I was like, oh, let's just knock it out. Let's just do the antibiotics. I don't take that, often. It's not something I do. Let's just, be extra careful. So I took the antibiotics. But I didn't take any probiotics. I didn't do any of that. I was just like out of my mind. Don't know what I did. But so by the time I went to Indonesia, my gut flora was just like wiped out. I didn't know this at the time. Looking back, you learn things, right? That's why I kept getting sick there. I went to the pharmacy, or we went to the pharmacy. I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I was sick. Da, 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 da. So they gave me this like black tablets, and I was like, okay. They're like, take them with your meals or whatnot. I was like, okay, cool. Took them with my meals, whatever. When I got home, I found out what they were and what I was doing. It was activated charcoal. I was like, genius. But the thing was, I was taking it with every meal. And the activated charcoal is going to bind to everything and take everything out. So I wasn't getting any nutrition while I was away. If you look at some of my pictures from Indonesia, like I was already like a skinny girl, but I was like a skeleton. And I don't know how I did like these hikes and like all of this. I must have been like just so ecstatic to be on that trip. So anyways, activated charcoal, wellness formula. I also like to have colloidal silver in there as well too, because it can just be used for everything. You can put it in your eyes and your ears and your mouth, on your skin. It's like the go-to heal all. So those 3 are my main. I I do like to have like a Tylenol ibuprofen, like just in case, because sometimes we are in that cut and I don't like willow bark will do it. It's like the natural form of it. But you gotta take it very consistently, and it's, like, a different when you're taking herbs. Also, sometimes just for, like, just in case because they have came in handy when I'm just, like, not near anything. All of those activated charcoal for, like, food poisoning as well too, that has definitely saved me several times in the States and beyond. What is it? Like greens, I love to have electrolytes and, like, dehydrated greens. That's on the nutrition stands for sometimes I can't get vegan stuff, you know? What else do I have in my bag? Melatonin, like for flights. I can't really sleep on flights, so I do like to have like a melatonin on me too. I have been using garlic. I have been getting the garlic tinctures. That has really helped as well too. I usually just like add it to one of these. and I take those. I showed in the beginning was this handy dandy book. This is like my one of the go-tos. I just opened it kind of randomly on a page to see like, okay, what can I share about this book real quick? Because I think it's really helpful. And if you have any elements or anything that you are working through, please share with me in the comments. And if I don't already have something that I can offer you, some advice to or supplements or whatever it is, I'll look in this book for you. Just let me know what it is and I'll search it up for you. But this one said um, the RX Super 7 prescriptions. Okay. And this is colloidal silver. I already mentioned, oh, tea tree. I always have this tea tree. There's this specific balm that I really like. It's like the heal all for like if you get a bite, a burn, what else happens? Cuts, scrapes, whatever. That's the go-to. Echinacea and golden seal sometimes. I have oregano oil I used to bring. Now, sometimes I have olive leaf capsules or I use oregano oil as well too. It's just very spicy on the tongue. So I don't want to forget that. Vitamin C, usually that's in like a multi if I bring that as well. Burdock root, that helps with like any skin conditions and things like that. That's an herb that I always have on hand as well too. I don't necessarily bring it while traveling. And then zinc. Like, come on. These are like in your cabinet. Go get those. Like, just go get those, okay? So we're moving now. Let's keep it moving. I have some notes over here that I'm gonna kind of like look back to. The other things are energy medicine, somatics, breathwork, and Reiki. All of those kind of came to me at the same time when I studied breathwork, I studied Reiki, and I studied yoga, somatics, chakra work, all kind of in the same time frame. That became a game changer for me. I really, truly, truly, truly say that because I'm a body worker. I've been doing body work since 2007. People keep coming back to me with the same issues. And I'm just like, dang, I'm not doing my job. You know what I mean? Just like, what is happening? I would get frustrated. I'm just like, well, keep doing the same habits. The same things are going to occur. It's kind of my mindset before. But now that I learned about somatics and energy and how we hold this trauma within our body and that emotion, organ connection, I finally was able to get relief from my clients like that and myself like that. You have to do that energy work. Like, seriously, no way around it. And it's coming from someone who, when I was studied holistic health, there was a round to study energy work, right? And I'm just like, no, not going there. I got to be emotional. I get vulnerable. Like, no thanks, not for me. Got nudges and got people telling me I should do it. And I'm just like, nope, 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 nope. Until more recently, 2019 or so, I started studying. I'm just like, dang, I've been missing out this whole time, but it's all good. It's all in good time. So those three things, energy, somatics definitely help. A little while after that, I started studying astrology. That has really helped to get to know, myself a little bit better in regards to self-development, self-mastery. And then I studied even more into moon phases, working with the moon, and really started to manifest with the moon. That just really had a huge shift in my life just more recently and very, very quick. Things can work very quickly when you're so intentional with working with this, again, type of energy. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this before, but B12 and vitamin D has helped me in the past as well when I was really low in energy. So those two things are really nice to have in your cupboard as well. I went again traveling. I experienced anxiety for the first time. So the next time I went, I wanted to have something in case that happens because it's a scary thing, especially if you're not in an environment that you're comfortable or aware with, which of course is when anxiety happens sometimes. So flower essences, they are literally the essence of a flower. They are preserved with alcohol. So some of them are glycerin, but I do have links for you below. Very, very affordable energy medicine, like very affordable. And they work seamlessly. They work so great. Definitely, it's just something you got to try because it's one of those medicines that you're just like, you would take and just like, then you just like automatically like, oh, okay, I forgot about it for a while. Or then you start feeling like, oh, I haven't felt like such and such way in a while. I wonder what I've been doing different. You may remember that it was a flower essence, or you may not, but I can tell you they work. I definitely use that when for the anxiety and also the depression. Several different ways you can use them, but definitely check out the link below. And also sleep. Sleep is so vital. Usually, like I'm a pretty good sleeper. But sometimes in the healing journey, there are times where I'm not sleeping very well, and I know how vital it is for healing. So I want to share with you, of course, magnesium. I would recommend transdermal magnesium. That means like through the skin. So there are some very affordable sprays. Again, the link below, if you go to Full Script, they have plenty of magnesium sprays for you. Affordable as well, too. Just put it by your nightstand, like on your bed. Put it on your feet and put socks over. And again, sometimes it takes time for your body to absorb all of this that it needs because we use magnesium for so many different processes in our body. And when we're depleted, it's going to pull to those first before it's going to help with your sleep, right? It's going to pull to those areas that are much more vital. So definitely give that a try, magnesium and also melatonin, and see different strengths that work for you. I don't rely on these things. They're just in seasons and in cycles. They don't always have all of these supplements. Right now, I'm just doing probiotic, a multivitamin, evening primrose for my cycle regulation. I'm just trying to finish up some of this is spirulina and chlorella, just because your girl's working out a little bit more. And I want that blood nourishment. And then I'm almost done. I want to finish it before I leave. So those, oh, and then also guided meditation. I know it's not a supplement, but it has really helped me for sleeping or just whatever is needed. I used to say like, hey, meditate on your own, try to do da 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 da, because the meditation out there just weren't that great, but I found some that are so great. So try some of that. And I encourage you to listen to your own, type up your own or find some scripts and then listen to your own voice and put that on a record. That's been really helpful. And just put a sleep timer on. But that can definitely help you kind of get into like a sleep routine. I have this past year and a half or so been using creatine for one, brain function, because the girl had a couple concussions, and also for depression. Very, very affordable. Should only be one ingredient, creatine. I forget, monohydrate or something like that. There are some very expensive ones out there. Like, don't get those. Use the full script. Get one of the cheapest ones. As long as you see the ingredients, it should just be creatine. That has been very, very helpful. Bodybuilders use it. It helps build muscle. I guess there's a lot of research out there and it's all freaking positive. Like, I've never seen something like that before. So there's that. Yeah, somatics as well as like movement. Don't really like to work out, but I have understand that when I do, when I'm having physical pain, neck pain or shoulder pain or things like that, and I'm like, oh, I can't work out, like I'm hurting. I go to work out and the next day I feel amazing, like the areas that I was having pain. So don't stop yourself if you're not feeling well to not move, do something. Movement is literally moving the energy. So really helpful. Oh, digestive enzymes. That's also something that I took when I was having gut issues. Sometimes I take them for travel as well too. You should have them like in your cabinet for sure. Digestive enzymes help you break down the food. You can have them as like tea as well. And I think that's it. I think we got through everything here. So let me know if you're building up your cabinet, what you have in your cabinet, what has helped you along this journey. I would love to hear it.